guys, it's Kate. Welcome back to my channel. So today is Tag Tuesday. Oh, Tag Tuesday. So you'll have seen this look on Friday. I will link it somewhere up here. And I was tagged weeks ago by my friend Rochelle, who did the, what is this? Confessions of a Palette Addict. And at first I was like, oh, totally not a palette addict. However, as I was counting through my ginormous collection of palettes, it was bad. So anyway, so I stopped counting at 30 just because it was just ridiculous. So I did include in my count, just so you know for clarification. Yes. These I was told are considered palettes because they are 5, not 4. So I did include these. I have several of the limited edition Wet n Wild palettes as well.
Hello, I love you.
Here, I did not include Giselle's collection. Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. So yeah, let's get started. So there are 11 questions. So I have over 30. I stopped counting at 30. I know I have well beyond 30. I probably have close to like 50. If you're including the Wet n Wild palettes, the NYX palettes, the Everybody palettes, I got a lot. Okay. Supposedly, I've watched a couple of these. Supposedly, we are including like the Hourglass palette and things like that. Even though there are only 3, we're still considering it a palette. So I do have several of those. So how many of those are eyeshadow palettes? All of them except for 3 are eyeshadow palettes. How many non-eyeshadow palettes? I have 3. I have the... At least I can show you the smaller ones, right? So I have the Hourglass palette, which is so pretty. If you don't have it, I really think you need to save your pennies and buy it. This is the Hourglass Ambient Light palette. This is just so incredibly beautiful. I have nothing but beautiful things to say about it. I have my... Sorry. It's just, you know, it's hard for me to film. My girls are home. I've tried to film this like 2 times, so just... I'm sorry, bear with me. And I don't have like the greatest setup, and I'm sharing the chair with Chloe. She won't move. And would you like to see her? This is Chloe. This is my fat cat, Chloe. She's right here. Say hi, Chloe. Do-do-do. Yeah, so there's the fat cat, Chloe, who I'm in her chair, technically, so she won't get away. Okay, so I have my MAC blush palette. This is the only one I have. And then I have another little blush trio that's considered a palette as well. What? Your brushes are upstairs. Oh no, they're not. Here they are.
That's what we forgot about.
So anyway, I'm only on the 3rd question. Okay. What are your top 3 favorite palettes? So, I love and would repurchase the... Shell sent me this one and I love it. I don't know if you guys love this one too, but I'm going to change this out. I love this one. This is the Lorac Pro To Go. I was like, I'm not into the hype. I totally passed on it. Rochelle sent it to me a couple of weeks ago and it is absolutely gorgeous. Look at how pretty that is. She also sent me the It Cosmetics contouring kit. I would love to show it to you, but like it broke in shipping. This is so beautiful. I am going to put it back together. I wanted this and my Ulta has been out of it because they're actually repackaging it. So my Ulta has been out of it for a while now and I just love it. So those are two, and then what was the other one I said? My Makeup Geek palettes I really like. I do have 2, so I guess you could count those. I have this one, which is all my nude Makeup Geeks. These are amazing colors. And then this is my like bright Makeup Geek colors. I like that. These are growing on me, these like Z palette things. And then of course my MAC palettes. But anyway, so if it's a true palette, Naked 2, I don't know where mine is. I thought so. Mine's actually broken, my Naked 2. But I would purchase Naked 2 again, over and over again. Blackout is the blackest black you're ever going to find on the market. I absolutely love it. Hands down, Naked 2. I do have an honorable mention. I'll save till the end. Let me pull that down. Okay. What are your palette regrets? Big number one is the Tarte Off the Cuff palette that I did not get that because I want that in the worst way. So if you're watching and you know someone that wants to get rid of it, I am more than happy to either take it off their hands or to buy it from them. I'm not buying it for like an exorbitant amount of money, but if you do know someone that does not want theirs, I will totally take it off their hands. That's like my biggest regret. And then in terms of buying, and this is the reason why I didn't get the Tarte Holiday Off the Cuff, was because I hated the Tarte palette last year. I think it was last year. Not like this year, but like last year, if you know what I'm saying. And it was the one in the silver. It was in a box with like drawers and stuff. I tried to depot. It was just the worst like packaging idea and concept like I've ever seen and probably will ever see. Like, and that's kind of the reason why I don't buy a lot of like larger limited edition palettes. Like I didn't buy any of the Kat Von D ones, even though they're pretty. Like, so this is what mine ended up looking like. Tarte's shadows and stuff are super, super, super soft. So most of them broke trying to get them out. I did try and like put some of them back together. Some of them I gave away. I like cut the little packaging, and then others I gave to Giselle to play with. But these were the blushes. It must have been 2 years ago now. But these were the blushes. So there's Park Ave Princess. This is like a highlighter. And it just like, I don't know. Compared to like the regular Tarte line, these really didn't cut the mustard for me. And I'm really sorry. I love Tarte's products, don't get me wrong. I have no idea what's going to happen to them now that Tarte was sold. I'm kind of, I don't know what to say about that. Tarte got sold to either a Chinese or an Asian company. They're Japanese or something. The owner is staying on, but I don't foresee good things happening to that line. Anyway, so how many limited edition or holiday palettes do you own? I only own a few. Most of them are Wet n Wild because I have one NYX one that I really like. I think it's great for travel, the Butt Naked Eyes. It has all these shadows and then like a whole bunch of like blushes and stuff like that. This is great for travel. I took that when we traveled a couple years ago to my mother's. So holiday palettes, I love this one. This was the one I was gonna, and I haven't even used it yet. The Laura Mercier holiday palette. I got this because of Vintage or Tacky, and this is just like, I think it's too pretty to touch is my problem. It's way too pretty to touch, and it has like every color you could like lust over. I just love it. Anyway, so I keep that one in a special place and I don't really touch it. How many of your palettes are custom? I'll just tell you the brands that I have that are custom. How many of yours are custom? Duh. I got like crap on my hands. I think I have like shadow on my hands or something. So anyway, so my Inglot, one actually came out. Get out of here. They never come out. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. Anyway, so Inglot. I do have a purple Inglot palette as well that I love. My Makeup Geek, my MAC ones. And I have a NYX palette that I depotted some of my stuff. You guys know me, you know I hate depotting anything. I do not buy things to depot them. I don't like it. I think it ruins them. It has to color adjust. I'm sorry. Okay. Of the palettes you own, which one palette would you say wasn't worth the price? And I said the Balm. I gave that away. She left me. I gave the Balm away to my friends because it was one of those palettes that I never reached for. I only used it maybe 3 times. That doesn't mean that it's not a beautiful palette. It just wasn't colors for me. I wasn't, I don't know. I gave all of my Balm stuff away. It's not a brand that I particularly care for. I'm hoping they're not killing each other. Of the palettes you own, which palette was worth every penny? It's, my Makeup Geek palettes were worth every single penny that I paid for them. And yes, I paid for them. Nobody sent me anything. And it's the same with my MAC. My MAC palettes are worth every penny. I would be devastated if I lost them. In the last 12 months, how many palettes have you given away or returned? I don't typically return things, and the reason I don't return things is because I just don't like to do it. I would rather give it to someone, or, you know, I don't know, or just like think about it before I buy it. So like I really wanted the Kat Von D like a lot of the Christmas ones. I wanted the Kat Von D like a Christmas spell book or whatever it was. I didn't get that. I didn't get the... Anyway, I didn't get them because I didn't want to return them if I didn't like them. And, you know, it's like, it's hit or miss. So anyway, so what I'll do is I'll give them away to friends, or what Rochelle and I did recently was we swapped. So like I sent her some palettes I didn't like, and she sent me some palettes that she wasn't using. So, I mean, it wasn't necessarily like that I wasn't using, but it was like products that I don't use anymore or I can't use, whatever. I really don't like to return things. I think it's bad for business. I know people have great return policies, Sephora and Ulta and stuff like that. It's just... I don't know, it's just not something that I like to do. It's more of a pain. I've probably given away about 20. I've given away a lot recently, just because I have a lot in my collection still, and I don't need them. If for some reason one morning you woke up and all of your palettes vanished, which 3 palettes would you run out and get? The ones that I wrote down were MAC, my Inglot, and my Naked, and I would have to add my Makeup Geek shadows in there as well. However, if someday I woke up and my makeup was all gone, I cannot believe that I would do the same thing that I do now. Like, that's the truth of it. Like, I think it would be like a sign to not collect anymore. That's just how I feel about it, because I'm like, that question is just like awful. So anyway, I hope you guys like this tag. I tag any of you that watch and I watch your videos, or vice versa, or if I don't watch your videos and you want me to watch your videos, leave me a comment below, at me in your whatever, and you know what I'm saying? Hashtag KateTheRedHead on Instagram, and I'll see it. And let me know if you do this tag. I tag everyone. Please don't like think, oh, you didn't specifically like shout my name out. Let's get real, okay? Have a great day. I'll see you guys in my next video. I hope you enjoyed Tag Tuesday again. I'm getting with it, all right? I will see you in my next video. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends. You can follow me on Pinterest, Instagram, and Twitter.